My name is Lee Weiss. I sing and play guitar for Life After Liftoff. The band was incepted around 2008, and this current lineup has been together roughly over a year.
So how did you guys exactly form?
Oddly enough, I had been working on Life After Liftoff for 3 years, and 3 years after working on the band, writing songs and trying to find the right people to kind of bring into the circle, I was in a band called Mainstay Composure for 5 years, and we were all really great friends, but it all kind of ended badly after 5 years. We're all cool now, but I knew going into this band, I wanted everyone to be very much like-minded in how we did things, and I wanted everyone to kind of have the same goals. So it took a long time to find those people, and the way it kind of worked out was in a last-ditch effort before I was literally about to get live musicians. I put up a flyer at the university I go to, Wright State University, and I just kind of said, hey, I was actually looking for a drummer, and I listed all my influences. And Ryan, our guitar player, responded to me. He wanted to play drums. He never had gotten a chance to play drums. And with the difference, or I guess the difference in our band from everyone else, Ryan, our guitar player, and Dan, our drummer, both have grown up, learning music. Ryan is a music ed major. Dan, is very much versed in music theory. So it's really cool to have two people that actually understand more than just songwriting. But the way it all worked out is Ryan and I kind of met, got into a jam room. At the time, I already found a drummer. I was like, hey, you want to play guitar? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? And as soon as we kind of got in that room, we just clicked. And it was cool because Dayton is very different from a lot of places. Dayton is very geared towards metal, hardcore, or indie rock. Mm-hmm. And I'm this weird kid that's you know what? I believe in pop punk and there's something there about it. And everyone just always kind of no, it's not for me. But Ryan kind of grew up on the bands that I worshipped. He's a little bit older and got to see bands like Midtown when they were playing small clubs way back early 2000s. He saw Yellowcard before they were even anybody.
Oh, cool.
So Ryan kind of came on board, and then he brought Dan. They had been in bands together. They've known each other since they're 14 years old. And then Jason and I went to the same high school. Jason and Dan worked together at Guitar Center for a time. And that's how everyone kind of knew each other and came together.
Who are some of your influences?
Me personally, and where I come from, I grew up first of all, Motown, and the Beatles. But when I started finding out rock and roll and what it was, my first punk rock band was Blink. I heard Dude Ranch when I was 8 years old for the first time. I heard Damn It. I'm this is awesome. What is this? And from then on, my life changed. So Blink-182 is a huge influence for me. Newfound Glory, Green Day, The Starting Line, Motion City Soundtrack. My list goes Rancid, Jimmy Eat World. My list can go on and on and on. And then when I got to college, my freshman year, an older cousin of mine gave me U2's Joshua Tree record. And that totally changed the game for me again. It was discovering music again for the first time. And that led me to getting into The Cure, The Police. And that's, I kind of always say I deemed us, or this band, alien pop punk, because I like the idea of 80s arena rock, the big atmospheric sounds. But yeah, the punchy, upbeatness of 90s pop punk. So all that combined is Life After Liftoff in a weird, beautiful way.
So who are some of the bands that you guys have ever been compared to? Anybody?
We have Sound, Jimmy Eat World, Blink, Angels, which is all cool for us. I take
that as a compliment.
Oh, of course. Fall Out Boy was one of them. I remember one article was this band has taken every great part of every, sappy emo band 2000s and put it all together. I'm well, at least you notice all the good things. So, I kind of think we're different from a lot of bands, or at least a lot of pop punk fans. I think we have a different sound, but it's cool. If that's what people hear, then that's awesome to me.
And what are some of your favorite songs that you've ever recorded and why?
Ooh, favorite songs. All right. Actually, our new single, Brand New Life, is kind of a cool one. It's a really big power ballad, and that's very different for Life After Liftoff because we are releasing our record in split between 2 EPs and then the final full length. So this upcoming EP is completely different. So Brand New Life, which will be our first single, definitely one of them. Memory of You was just really fun, and just, that was one where everyone just kind of hung out, and our producer Tyler and I was like, all right, let's do this. We knocked it out. And the one that I always loved, and it was always like memorable to me, was Someday, because that song to me is one of the closest to my heart. And when that was done and everything just kind of like was laid down, I was like, yes, like that's what I was shooting for.
Then actually my next question did have something to do with your new EP called Brand New Life. When is it actually scheduled to come out? Is there like an actual release date yet?
It is scheduled to come out April 3rd. We actually start the full new campaign at the end of this month, at the end of February. So we're just kind of gearing up right now and getting all of our ducks in a row and making sure all the artwork is finalized and all the songs, like all the mastering's done. It's exciting because we've been promoting and working on like Memory of You for almost a year now. And like I'm actually nervous, but yet so excited for people to see this other side, because Memory of You is very much that pop punk, like rooted EP. This is still pop punk, but it's so, I guess, vastly different. And I don't know, I'm excited. People are going to be intrigued.
Who would you like to collaborate with someday?
2 people I would love to collaborate with would be Bono from U2.
Cool.
And I have always said anyone in Blink I would love to do, like Mark or Tom, whichever was available. I think the last person I would do something with that would be cool would be Jim Atkins from Jimmy Eat World. I think that'd be really cool.
And also, what are some of your most embarrassing moments?
I'm kind of a klutz on stage. I dance around and people laugh at me and I'm in my own world. So thank God for wireless systems. I usually end up on my face or or on my butt quite often. I trip and fall, and if I didn't have a wireless, I would probably get caught in my own cord.
Trip.
Let's see, what else? I don't know. I'm very much still the child in our band, so I usually run my mouth and open it and say naughty and stupid things. People always look at me like, what are you talking about? And it's kind of weird to be the guy that kind of put this together, but yet I'm still like I always laugh at dick jokes. I always will laugh at dick jokes, but it's I don't know. I have 2 very different polar opposite sides of me, and sometimes people get it. Sometimes people are just like, there's something dramatically wrong with you.
And also, if you could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
All right, John Lennon, definitely. President Kennedy, I think that'd be cool. Who else would I do? Dead or alive? I would love to sit down and I'm really into politics and world events, so I would really love to sit down with President Clinton and see what he has to say about the world. And definitely, without a doubt, Steve Jobs. I think that'd be really cool. So those would be the people off the top of my head.
And which of your upcoming shows are you most excited about, and why?
Definitely OAR in Milwaukee. My old band, Maintain Composure, we used to play Milwaukee at least once a month, and
Oh, really?
We did. We got to open for a lot of great bands like Angels, Motion City, Boys Like Girls. That's like my old band and myself. We met All Time Low right after they got signed. So like on their very first tour.
Oh, cool.
So that's how I got to know all these people. And I just remember one night, we played with All Time 7 or 8 times, and one of my most favorite memories about Milwaukee is the venue. The venue is called the Eagles Ballroom / the Rave. It's a city block long by city block wide, but there's 7 stages. It's 5 floors.
It's so cool.
And, oh, see, you've been there, right?
Yeah, I only live
Have you been?
30 minutes from there, and it's haunted too.
I know it's fun. I have always begged Justin, the manager, to take me down to the pool, and I'm going to do it.
I want to go down to the pool so bad. Nobody will ever take me. None of my friends, even who are in bands, like, they will never take me. They're like, it's too scary for you. You could never handle it. I want to so bad. I think when you're here, we should go in the pool, like, by the pool.
Done. No, it is by far my favorite place to play in the world. I love the rave. I've always loved the rave. And like my favorite memory literally is our merch guy, Josh, who's been my merch dude since he was 14 years old. He's been on the road with me. I just remember walking out and talking with Alex Gasgarth, and Jack is like leaving their tour bus, and Josh is with us. There's like these group of girls, like 50 girls, like standing there, like screaming at him, and Jack just runs around them, like towards us, jumps up into Josh's arms, like basically like bear hugs them and tackles him to the ground, and just starts humping him. I'm just like that made my day, and those dudes were super cool. So yes, the rave is always, you know, I'm biased. It's my favorite place, and I cannot wait to be back. It's been 3 years since I've played a show at the rave, and I cannot wait.
Where do you see yourself and Life After Liftoff in 5 years?
I see Life After Liftoff touring the world, playing to amazing people like we have been. I personally have taken on Muse. They have stated, I guess, very publicly they were going to be the first band in space. I challenge that, and I say that we will be the first band to perform in space, whether it's a live performance or music video. Like, I'm working towards that goal, and I don't know. I think we're going to be the same dudes, you know, just playing hundreds of kids and having fun, writing good music.
Where can people go to listen to your music and check out your tour dates, and also look at your brand new video for The Promise?
People can check out all of our stuff at lifeafterliftoff.com, facebook.com/lifeafterliftoff, twitter.com/LALband. We are on many, many musical avenues on the internet, digitally, iTunes, Rhapsody, Napster, Amazon. Search it. We're all over the place. Life After Liftoff. And our YouTube channel is youtube.com/lifeafterliftoffband. And like you said, we just released our live video for The Promise, which was exciting. There's some Warped Tour footage in there and some of our hometown footage. And people should keep their eyes peeled because there might be a new video within the next 2 months.
And is there anything you would like to say to your fans, lastly?
I would like to thank everyone that has ever listened to Life After Liftoff, anyone that supports us, all the amazing people like Ali here and everyone else that has cared to ask us, anything or cared what this has had to say. It's really cool because, you know, we're this part of this new wave of independent artists that has had to use the internet to promote ourselves, and it has had to do a lot of things on our own. So it's really kind of humbling and rad at the same time. Like people, like there are people out there my age and like younger that like want to know what's going on and like care. So that's awesome. So thank you to everyone.